In a complete history of West Perry High School, right here behind me, there has never been a year athletically like 2024-2025 school year was. And it's now that time of year for the most exciting and toughest top 10 that I ever came up with. In fact, we're doing something different. Top 5 for the girls, top 5 for the boys. And it's all right here, right now. It's the 2024-2025 West Prairie Athletics Top 10. As always, ladies are first. And so here we go with the top 5 for the West Perry Lady Mustangs of 2024-2025. Starting at number 5 is for West Prairie Girls Soccer. Now, since 2021, West Prairie Girls Soccer got a rivalry renewed that probably should have never went away, with the only 2 girls soccer programs in Perry County, Pennsylvania. I'm talking, of course, about West Prairie Lady Mustangs and the Susquehanna Lady Blackhawks. And they started that newly renewed rivalry for West Prairie Girls Soccer and Susquehanna in the form of their own Perry County Championship known as the Victory Cup. And ever since then, West Prairie Girls Soccer has faced Susquehanna 4 times since 2021. And they won each of those 4 matchups. In 2021, West Prairie defeated Susquehanna 6-2. In 2022, a year later, it was 4-1. Then, not this last fall, but the fall before that, West Prairie beat Susquehanna on the road 2-0. And now, last year was by far the most defensive game we have ever seen for West Prairie versus Susquehanna. And it came down to 1 goal when both defenses were on fire, both goalkeepers were on fire, and it came down to 1 goal. And that goal was scored by West Perry's junior, Deanna Jubb. It happened in the first half of the game, and that was all that was needed in a day where it was jam-packed full of West Prairie soccer fans, not just for girls soccer, but also for boys soccer, which had the Perry County Championship on the same field that day, which was won by West Prairie, by the way. And it was just an amazing day. What an amazing day to start off that day with the Victory Cup for girls soccer. And here is the goal by Deanna Jubb to give the Lady Mustangs their 4th straight win in as many years against the Susquehanna Blackhawks to retain the Perry County Victory Cup. Stop missed there by Joey Sermon. Here's Deanna Jubb finding Laurel Stout. Back to Jubb. Jubb gonna take a shot, and there's the goal. Deanna Jubb with the goal with 7:17 left to go, or 7:11 left to go. And West Prairie takes the lead late in the first half. Coming in at number 4 for our West Prairie Girls Countdown. It wasn't a spectacular year by any means for West Prairie softball, but one thing that the Lady Mustangs showed us on the dirt diamond, it doesn't matter what the record is, as long as you try your hardest. And boy, did the Lady Mustangs deliver, especially at the end of the season. The Lady Mustangs ended up getting 2 wins back-to-back in the final weeks of the season for West Prairie softball. And in a thrilling game, West Prairie softball getting their 2nd win of the year. Just 3 days prior to getting this win against Bowling Springs, they had a wild game on the road at Bermudian Springs by a final score 18-10, where the Lady Mustangs got their first win on the road. 3 days later, West Prairie softball getting a massive win in a throwing game on senior night against the Bowling Springs Bubblers, in which that game was back and forth. The Lady Mustangs ended up getting a 5-3 win. But what makes it number 4 on our West Prairie Girls Top 5 is the way that it ended. And here is the play coming up. It was a line drive double play that almost didn't feel like a line drive, but it ended up being so. Here we go. Kayla Fry is up to bat, and for the Boiling Springs Bubblers, and she hits the ball hard. She hits it very hard. Addie Weiss is pitching for the Mustangs. She gets a glove up and ends up hitting the ball, bumping it up in the air, and it stayed high enough for the second baseman Jada Sporner to get the grab, and she gets the out. Then, with runners on first and second, she was able to step on the second base bag for the L1-4 double play on the score sheet, and that ended up being the game winner for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs as they defeated the Boiling Springs Bubblers on senior night. Here is that play. For West Perry field hockey, it was truly an historic season. The Lady Mustangs dominated. Only one loss on the year for Lady Mustangs, and they rolled through the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division, then moving way through the PIAA District 3 Championship Tournament, winning the District 3 Tournament for the first time in program history, and with that, West Prairie Field Hockey had the right to host a first-round state playoff game, which comes in at number 3 in our West Prairie Girls Top 5. Now, it was here at Mustang Stadium, and in the history of this stadium, we have seen other teams like Newport and Greenwood hosting a first-round state playoff game in field hockey. Never the case for West Prairie Field Hockey until this past fall, where the Lady Mustangs had the right to host the Sealands Grove Seals out of District 4, and the Lady Mustangs rolled to a 4-0 victory. The scoring started just 5 minutes into the game, where the future Liberty University Flame for Conference USA, Autumn Albright, getting the first goal 5 minutes into the game to get a 1-0 lead for Lady Mustangs early on. Later in the second quarter, Shay Dyer and Jordan Byers. Shay Dyer's going to Lock Haven University, and Jordan Byers going to Iowa University, and they both recorded a goal in the second quarter. And to cap off the scoring, with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Emma Stump getting a big goal to cap it off. No scoring in the fourth quarter, but those 4 goals were enough for Lady Mustangs as they get their first PIAA state tournament win on our way to a state championship with a 4-0 win against Sealands Grove. Happened right here in the last home game of the year for West Prairie Field Hockey. When a West Prairie softball player hits her 100th career hit, it is always exciting no matter where it is. And fortunately for West Prairie softball fans and the West Prairie softball team, the West Prairie Lady Mustangs have a new addition to the 100 hit club, and that player is Taylor Lufer. Taylor Lufer got her 100th career hit in a thrilling game at home against the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Now, Shippensburg went on to win this game by a score of 8-7 in 9 innings. It was an incredible game, and despite the loss, the highlight of that game was Taylor Lufer's RBI double for her 100th career hit. And here is that hit. If you're truly on the call, as Taylor Lufer, who will be playing softball at the University of Pittsburgh in Johnstown, got her 100th career hit against the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And it was right here at home. Check it out. Taylor Lufer, she has made contact in her first 3 play appearances. A ground out to shortstop, a ground to the pitcher, as she popped out to the shortstop her last time up. Here she swings a bullet, and that is history for Taylor Lufer. A run is going to come across the score, and Taylor Lufer has 100 career hits. And it's an RBI double for her 100th. Now it's time for the number 1 play for West Prairie Girls Athletics in our top 5 for the girls. And this should not come as a surprise to anybody, as it's the state championship for West Prairie Field Hockey. And this team, what an incredible year for the Lady Mustangs this past fall. The team finished with an overall record of 25 wins and just 1 loss, with their only loss coming at the National High School Tournament at Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, and it was a 1-0 loss against Clearfield Regional, who later went on to win a state championship in New Jersey. However, West Prairie Field Hockey, they did not take that as a disadvantage, because Clearfield Regional, first of all, they're a great team, and West Prairie Field Hockey, undefeated against teams out of Pennsylvania. They even, on that same day in the National High School Tournament, they defeated a 3-time defending Maryland State Championship. So an incredible season for West Prairie Field Hockey, and they have a lot of seniors, 9 of them to be exact. West Prairie Field Hockey was a powerhouse in the PIAA for sure. And it was all led off by the 2-time All-American and future Iowa Hawkeye, Jordan Byers. Jordan Byers is an incredible young lady who is going to do amazing things for the Hawkeyes. And Jordan Byers finished her high school career with 398 career points, which is a West Prairie record, a Perry County record, and yeah, that's an incredible record. Absolutely, for sure. Autumn Albright was also a key contributor for the Lane Mustangs. Autumn Albright, who, as mentioned earlier, she is going to Liberty University. She finished with 122 career points. Shay Dyer, who is going to Lock Haven University in the Atlantic 10 Conference. Shay Dyer finished her career with 113 points. And every single player on the West Prairie Field Hockey team became a letter winner. And the entire team composed of 3 freshmen in Mariah Brown, Allison Dillman, and Callie Hagg. Sophomores included Madison Bell, Bella Bysat, Isla Bolden, Riley Comp, Jensen Dillman, Alexis McKeehan, Elena Morrison, Bristol Schaefer, and Zoe Steppe. No juniors for West Prairie Field Hockey this year, which is incredible, which pretty much means we're not going to have a senior night next year unless if somebody steps up and decides to join West Prairie Field Hockey next year. We will not be having a senior night in 2025 fall, but a lot of seniors for West Prairie Field Hockey, including, as mentioned already, Autumn Albright, Addison Brandt, who is going to be transitioning from being a West Prairie Mustang to a Stevenson University Mustang down in Maryland, where she'll continue playing field hockey. Jordan Byers, who's going to Iowa. Shay Dyer going to Lock Haven. Laurel Fight, she is going to be playing field hockey at Lycoming College. You got Carson Meek. Marty Morrison, who is a starting goalkeeper, she is going to continue her wrestling career at Ursinus College. You got Lindsay Shepard and Emma Stump. And West Prairie, the season was capped off with the second time facing Boiling Springs. The Lane Mustangs defeated the Boiling Springs Bubblers in the District 3 championship game by a score of 6-2. And then, just 2 weeks later, in the PIAA state championship game hosted by Cumberland Valley High School, they went on to shut out the Boiling Springs Bubblers by a final score of 4-0. The 4 goals were scored by West Prairie's Jordan Byers. Jordan Byers got 2 goals in that state championship win, and Shay Dyer and Madison Bell also recorded a goal for the Lane Mustangs in that state championship. The Lane Mustangs had an incredible season, winning the Palmyra Cougar Invitational, being powerhouses Penn Manor and Palmyra. They won the Perry County Championship for the 2nd consecutive year, and then winning their first District 3 and PIAA state championships in program history. Congratulations to West Prairie Field Hockey, and here is the final moments of the 2024 season for West Prairie Field Hockey, winning a state championship. have it, the top 5 for the girls. And now it's time for the boys. And just another incredible year for West Prairie boys sports teams. And this was, without question, one of the toughest top plays or moments that I had to come up with. Number one might be a little bit obvious for a lot of West Prairie sports fans watching this, but we'll get to that later as we got the top 5 for the boys starting right now at number 5 for West Prairie boys basketball. Now, the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division is probably the hardest division to win in the Mid-Penn Conference, and nobody knows that more than West Prairie boys basketball. It has been a tough stretch of the last 4 years since moving to the Mid-Penn Colonial Division for the West Prairie boys basketball team, but the Mustangs found a way to get competitive in that division, and it paid off with a massive win in the last home game of the 2024 portion of the season, when West Prairie boys basketball gained a thrilling 47-45 win against the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. Now, the Blue Devils had a big state playoff run the year before, but now the Mustangs were not necessarily a favorite in this game, but they found a way to become a favorite at the very end. And this win for West Prairie boys basketball snapped a couple, not just one, but 2 long losing streaks in 2 different ways for the West Prairie boys basketball team. That win snapped an 11-game losing streak versus the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils, which dated back to 2006. And that win for West Prairie boys basketball snapped an 18-game losing streak for the West Prairie Mustangs dating back to 2023 in Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division action. That is how tough the division has been for West Prairie boys basketball. But man, what a way to end the home schedule in 2024 for West Prairie boys basketball, as the sophomore had a big day for West Prairie boys basketball. That is Jackson Bauer. Jackson Bauer led the West Prairie Mustangs with 14 points, and he got the last 2 points for West Prairie boys basketball in the final seconds of the 4th quarter to get a amazing win for West Prairie boys basketball. And here is that exciting ending for West Prairie boys basketball, a 47-45 victory to snap a long losing streak against the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils dating back to 2006. Here is that ending. It comes in number 5 in our West Prairie boys top 5. Flip the ball, backwards pass here to Casey Such. Mustangs looking for the buzzer beater. Casey Such running out of time, and Jackson Bauer got it! Jackson Bauer, and no fouls, and a buzzer beater to win it. No! The Mustangs get the win! Jackson Bauer with the finish! West Prairie Wrestling. I mean, wow. You want to talk about an incredible year. An incredible year, an emotional year for West Prairie Wrestling this year. We'll talk more about that in a few moments. But one of the highlights for West Prairie Wrestling this year was on senior night for West Prairie Wrestling. Now, it was an incredible match in a packed high school gym at West Prairie High School versus the Bowling Springs Bubblers. Now, the Mustangs defeated Bowling Springs earlier in the season at the Rocket Duels tournament hosted by Spring Grove High School, which was just the 3rd time ever that West Prairie Wrestling defeated Bowling Springs. And now, in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup, West Prairie Wrestling hosted Bowling Springs in another thriller. Only this time the Bubblers ended up getting the win. But the highlight of that match was the 100 career win for West Prairie Senior on senior night, Quade Bowden. Quade Bowden, the son of head football coach and assistant wrestling coach here at West Prairie, Bob Bowden, getting his 100th career win, but with a 15-6 major decision victory. Quade Bowden finished his career with 107 career wins, qualifying for the state championships twice, and he'll play football at Lackawanna College in the next couple of years. And Quade Bowden, he joins his fellow seniors who just graduated not that long ago, just this past week, in fact, as West Prairie's Ty Morrison have 173 career wins. Jackson Rush finished with 156 career wins. And Tucker Seidel have 147 career wins. And Gray Bolden got his 100th career win on senior night against the Bowling Springs Bubblers. Here is the ending of that 100 career win for West Perry's Quade Bolden. I made the decision this season. And final 5 seconds will tick off, and Quade Bolden, 15-6, made the decision for his 100th career win.
For the Mustang, Quade Bolden has now earned career win number 100.
Coming in at number 3 in our West Prairie Boys top 5, there's a reason why I'm making this number 3 in the complete history. Before this past spring for West Prairie baseball, there have only been 2 West Prairie baseball players to hit 100 career hits. And those 2 are Jamie Stum. He was the first West Prairie graduate to get 100 career hits. In fact, he finished his career with exactly 100 career hits. He graduated back in 1980. And then, a lot of years later, 2013 West Prairie graduate Ryan McMillan got 101 career hits. So we were thinking, hey, is there going to be a West Prairie baseball player to get maybe 102 career hits to finish off his career? Well, the answer to that question is yes and no. So we finally, for the first time since 2013, in 12 years, West Prairie Baseball added another member to the 100 hit club, and that young man is the senior Mason Sano, the son of head coach Jeff Sano for West Prairie Baseball. Had an incredible career here at West Prairie High School. For 4 years, he has hit a West Prairie record and Perry County record, 125 career hits. An incredible career for West Prairie baseball player Mason Sano, qualifying for the District 3 playoffs a couple of times in his 4-year career, and getting a big one this past spring in the first round in an upset victory at the number 2 seed Northern Lebanon with a 2-0 victory. And then West Prairie Baseball, that was all she wrote. That's West Prairie Baseball getting an incredible year and incredible career from the son of West Prairie head coach Jeff Sano. Unfortunately, we do not have video of the 100 career hit, as he got his 100 career hit in a thrilling 1-0 win on the road at Northern York. But congratulations to West Prairie's Mason Sano, becoming just the 3rd baseball player in West Prairie history to get 100 career hits, and it comes in at number 3 in our West Prairie Boys top 5. In the complete history of West Prairie track and field, no West Prairie Mustang, boys or girls, has won a medal higher than silver. And that was the case for a long time until this past spring at Shippensburg University, in the site of the PIAA State Track and Field Championships, which was celebrating its 100th anniversary this past spring. And the Mustangs left a mark on those 100th state championships for track and field, as the junior Hayden Quaker earned himself 2 state silver medals. Now, Marcus Quaker is the older brother of Hayden, who the year before, in the 99th anniversary of the track and field state championships in Pennsylvania, earned himself a bronze medal in the 300-meter hurdles event the year before. But Hayden Quaker, who was born with spina fibula, got 2 state medals in 2 different events. In the para-ambulatory shot put and discus events. It happened through 2 days of competition at Shippensburg University, where Hayden Quaker became the first state silver medalist in the history of West Prairie track and field. Hayden had a good throw in the shot put of 23 feet and 6 inches on the first day of the track and field championships. And then the next day in the discus event, he finished second with a throw on the discus of 59 feet and 9 inches. Congratulations to West Prairie Jr. Hayden Quaker, and winning 2 state silver medals, and comes in at number 2 in our West Prairie boys top 5. Before we get to the number 1 moment of West Prairie boys athletics of the 2024-2025 school year, I want to take a moment to honor and remember a member of the West Prairie wrestling community who we lost this past year. Larry Nolan was a great husband, father, uncle, and grandfather. Larry Nolan passed away before the season started in 2024 at the age of 76. Larry Nolan is a PIAA District 3 Hall of Famer and the first ever state champion in the history of Cumberland Valley High School. 2 of his grandchildren, Brad and Tyler Morrison, did spectacular things for West Prairie wrestling in their careers. In 2022, West Prairie's Brad Morrison became the first state finalist in the history of West Prairie wrestling. Despite the loss, Brad Morrison went on to wrestle at Lockheed University before transferring to the University of Pittsburgh in Johnstown. And now, that brings us to our number 1 moment of the 2024-2025 school year for West Prairie boys. West Prairie's Tyler Morrison, the senior this past winter, had one of the most incredible and historic seasons that West Prairie wrestling has ever seen. West Prairie's Tyler Morrison finished his senior year with a record of 41 wins and 1 loss for his senior year. He became the first West Prairie wrestler in history to win a championship in the Cumberland Valley Kickoff Classic. He defeated Sun Valley's Brandon Carr in the final of that tournament with an 8-2 decision victory. Tyler Morrison was a 2-time District 3 champion. He is the first West Prairie wrestler in history to win 3 state medals. In his sophomore year, he finished in the top 6. In his junior year, he finished in the top 4. And his brother Brad, as we mentioned, was the first state finalist in program history back in 2022. And just like his grandfather, Larry Nolan, West Prairie's Tyler Morrison became the first state champion in the history of West Prairie wrestling. Not just in that program, but Tyler Morrison became the first individual state champion for any program in West Prairie history, as Tyler Morrison dominated his way to a District 3 sectional championship, a District 3 and regional championship, and then named 4 more wins for a state championship. He dominated 2 major decision victories, 1 technical fall victory in the quarterfinals, and 1 extremely exciting 2-0 win in a decision victory in the semifinals. And for the second time, West Prairie's Tyler Morrison defeated Brandon Carr out of Sun Valley High School in the state championship with a 10-1 major decision victory in what truly has been an emotional year for West Prairie wrestling, and capped off in a massive way. Here is that moment, courtesy of the West Prairie Wrestling Club Facebook page, that will forever be in the record books for West Prairie High School. Here is that state championship win for West Prairie Tyler Morrison from the Giant Center in Hershey. Congratulations, Tyler Morrison, as he earns the number 1 moment for West Prairie boys top 5.
State champion from District 3, first state champion in school history from West Prairie, Tyler
Let's meet our 155-pound girls medalists. In 8th place, Carson Champion from Norway. In 7th place, from Northwestern, Sydney Ray. In 6th place, from Northampton, Lambert. In 5th place, from General McLean, Whisper Abercrombie. In 4th place, from Clearfield, Michaela Taylor. In 3rd place, from Delaware Valley, Kate Pryor. In 2nd place, from Northern Bedford, Reagan Snyder. And your champion, a freshman from Chestnut Ridge, with a time of fall 5:59, Julian Holt. Congratulations, Julian, and all of our players at 155.
I'm telling you, that moment right there gave me goosebumps, and I was there to be able to watch history in the making for West Prairie Wrestling. And that was just one of those exciting moments that really makes me feel grateful that I am the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Year 5 is in the books. And year number 6, I don't know how it can be topped, but we're gonna find out starting in the fall of 2025 with West Prairie football, West Prairie cross country, defending state champions, West Prairie field hockey, girls volleyball, boys and girls soccer. It's gotta be an exciting year coming up. I have a good feeling about that. Is this probably the biggest and most historic school year in West Prairie High School? I think it's safe to say that's without question. And it was truly amazing to be a part of that. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And congratulations to our top 5 girls moments and our top 5 boys moments, as this has truly been a year of the ages. Are we going to see more of that next year? I hope so. Maybe 2 more state championships like we saw this past year? Perhaps. We're just going to wait and see as it all goes down on Huddle TV next year. And thank you so much for your support. And have a great summer. Congratulations to the entire class of 2025, who has definitely made a difference in the history of West Prairie School District. Congratulations to you all. I hope to see a lot of athletes in the next level starting next year. And I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, saying so long and have a great summer.